Okay, Jimmy, I just wanted to get verbal confirmation that it's all right for us to record this.
Yes, please.
Okay. So this is a Langston Boulevard legacy business interview conducted by the Langston Boulevard Alliance and made possible by a historic preservation grant from Arlington County, Virginia. Today's date is April 11th, 2024. We're on location at KH Art and Framing. My name is Bennett King, and I am a research assistant for Langston Boulevard Alliance. So I'll have go ahead and tell us your name and what your role is here.
My name is Jimmy Hakimi, nicknamed Jimmy. Because my teachers, when I came to this country first, they couldn't pronounce Jamal, so they named me Jimmy.
Your teacher's name?
Yeah, my teachers named me back in Elmhurst, New York, when we first came. I'm the owner of this baby here. Started with nothing. I came to the United States in 1974.
Okay.
From Afghanistan. I was born in Afghanistan, Kabul. And after high school, one of my buddies used to work in a frame shop in Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
So he just, they hired me to just clean up and really fall in love with the business. By the time I was 18, I was managing 3 galleries for that gentleman, that Alan Nasser, that I used to work for.
This is in Manhattan?
In Manhattan, yeah. Then 1983, my parents moved from New York to Virginia. And my mom informed me that I'm getting married, which is so... so
that's a big year.
Yeah, so end up getting married in 1985. My wife is also from my country. She's some sort of, her brother was my good friend. Well, we've been married ever since with 4 grandchildren now, so 4 kids and 4 grandchildren.
Great.
So, when I first started this, it was New Yorktown Shopping Center, Gallows Road.
Mm-hmm.
We opened a gallery with advanced photo that used to own by my buddy, it's an Iranian gentleman. And we did the framing inside of it, and he did his 1-hour photo business. And then next door opened up. One day I was passing here, and we rented next door for 4 years. And I was kept on contacting with the family that owned this, and always showed the interest that I would like this space. And this was a discount fabric store.
Okay.
When it first opened up, it was a grocery store, and then it became some sort of real estate thing, and then the discount fabric, and then it's me. So the brother that owned it, there was 3 girls and 1 brother owned, the family owned the building. And the older sister passed away. So the brother had promised me if he ever decides to sell, he would sell it to me. And fortunately, he had told these siblings that I should be the first to right of refusal for some reason. Nothing to do, just conversation, and it worked out. And then the real estate guy came in and give me a day to decide if I want to buy it. I just needed 10 minutes. So fortunately I had money, so I wrote him a check and got involved with 2 of my customers to buy this, because at that time I wouldn't have been able to qualify. And Bobby and Pat, my 2 friends, customers and lifelong friends, fortunately they passed away, but they helped me to get a mortgage for this place.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, 1.2 million was a lot of money.
Oh yeah. What was the year that you bought this? What was that year?
I have the exact date. July 17, 2002.
July 17, 2000. So before 2002,
I was next door.
you were next door. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do any other? Had you done any other work, or was it like framing and that?
No,
all the
we
way through?
no, always done framing.
Always framing.
Always framing.
Okay.
We decided back in '94 to open franchises. So I opened in every mall, from Arundel Mills all the way to Norfolk, Virginia. We opened 11 shops, and then the malls start dying.
Yeah.
So I did own the whole block. So financial problems, and then my mother said, "Why don't you just sell some of the stores and get rid of your financials?" Craziness, and I did. I sold the 4 stores.
The ones next to us.
The Italian, 2 Chinese, and it was a mistake. Yes, I regret it, but it got rid of me from $5 million loans that I had to pay, and it cleared me up.
Well, that's good.
So yeah, it's. But we've been here ever since, and we service up to 100 customers a week now.
Oh wow, that's a considerable amount of framing.
Yes, we do a lot of framing here.
Are there other locations, or is it just this one now?
This is mine. We do have a bigger store in Chantilly.
Oh, okay.
That's where we do. We're partners with USPS.
Okay.
We call it the fulfillment center. They sell it online every day. At 4 o'clock, the orders come in, and we have 5 days to ship it all over the United States.
Oh wow! And what is that usually? Is it?
It's the stamped art.
Oh, okay.
We print it, we stamp it, and we ship it all over the United States. If you go to USPS.com, framing stamps.
I see.
That's the orders we fulfill every day.
Is that a shop too, or is it just do that?
It's a shop,
Okay.
but the retail is not that good. It's a
Yeah.
warehouse space. But it's been really successful, thank God. Now my kids, my oldest son runs, when I'm not here, he runs it. All my workers here, they've been 20 plus years with me.
Oh, wow.
We don't hire new workers.
Yeah.
We rarely hire new workers. And if we do, we train for years to, because everything we deal with is somebody's precious thing.
Yeah.
Custom framing, your child did it, or piece of art that you love that, so it's hard for us to train new workers.
How would you describe like what it is? That was a good example of like you're framing precious things. Like what would you describe this place as to people? Like when you describe it, what do you say?
They have to really trust you to come for framing. It's a trust issue. A lot of, for instance, if you go to Michael's or some big shops, they send it out to another city to have it framed, and then they get it back. So you have to wait 4 weeks for your art. And we frame week to 10 days. If you need it in an hour, we'll accommodate that. And we don't charge extra for that.
Oh, wow.
Because you need it, we don't charge it. No. That's our policy, not to extra charge. Or we don't raise our prices to give you discount. If you're a regular customer, we do give 20% discount. And
if you need to take a break, we can go ahead and do that.
oh, yeah.
I can.
Hello. What's unique about this store is that we have all return customers. We have repeat customers. I don't know where they put these pictures they frame. For 20 years they've been coming here, and I don't know what they do with it, but I'm glad they do it. Most of the artists in Torpedo Factory, we frame their artwork here. She's a photographer, so she sells her stuff, and we frame it, and we give them unique discounts. So it used to be that a lot of the artists, they did their own framing. They used to have Joe! Oops. They used to have do-it-yourself shops, if you guys remember. I don't know, maybe. But they got rid of all that. Too many lawsuits against people cutting themselves.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy. So, but
Yeah, I
we
didn't
keep
know.
the fair price for.
There was shops where you could make your own frames?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, no, they used to be. And then insurance issues came up, and
I can
they
believe
got
that.
rid of that.
So who are your clients when you talk about, are they mostly local or do they come from a long
Oh,
bigger distance? Or?
we get people from Maryland, D.C. If you read our reviews, people come from everywhere.
Mhm.
And we do have some regular customers that they move to San Francisco and some in Dallas that they send their artwork for us to frame it, send it back to them.
That's
And
great.
it's really it's a great thing. And they trust us, we trust them. So, but overall experience has been great. I wouldn't ask for nothing more. Just and now I got my grandkids that they come with me Sundays. They just hang out with me.
They work in the back, or
no,
just hang
they
out?
just hang out and eat.
You talked a little bit about the Postal Service at the
Yeah.
other place. You talked about you framed for the National Archives. Who are some of the other
We
bigger?
do a lot with the government.
Okay.
Most of the Pentagon.
Okay.
We do SEC, DOG. We frame a lot for the government.
How did that start? Like, how did?
My brother is an IT specialist, which I brought him on about 15 years ago. And he's a computer savvy guy, and he started doing government contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, most of the people that live in this area, they work for the government.
I believe it.
Yeah, so most of Arlington, they know us, and we do a lot.
By the way, Jimmy, I got to say, like, I'm not really having to do much because you're answering all my
That's fine,
questions
that's
before I
fine.
even ask them.
Okay,
You just- where did the name come from?
It's this guy right here. That's my dad, Kamal Hakimi, Mr. KH.
Oh, over on the right over there?
Yeah, we in our culture we usually name your parents somewhere, and I decided to name the store KH
Okay.
after Kamal Hakimi. Is his name after him.
Was he involved with the store, or this is just an
Yeah,
honor
he
of
used to
him?
just sit there and smoke a cigarette. And believe it or not, we had customers that came sit and smoke with him. You know, it was like crazy. Yeah, they just hang out here.
Yeah, I noticed you had this set up. What is this? What's this area about?
This is just for people to relax. Sometimes if you come Saturdays, there's a line here, and we don't want people to. When he does passport photos, we do here.
you do those
People
too.
wait 5 minutes, so let them do a hangout. And plus for the workers, it's good here. They have their lunch nice.
The stable's really cool. I like that table a lot.
Well, the story behind this table is a customer brought it to frame. It was a commercial building that they wanted to put this in. It was too heavy. And they decided not to because it was going to tear the wall down. The lobby was not, the wall in the lobby was not made for this heavy. And they told us to keep it, so we made a table.
Perfect.
Yeah, because they needed 4 people to come take the 2 pieces that they had here to take away, and they didn't want to do that, and they let us keep it, and we made a nice table out of it.
It is a nice table.
Yeah,
That's the first thing I noticed.
yeah.
So you mentioned that your son is now involved in the.
Yes,
in-
my oldest son.
Any other family members involved with you in the business? or-
My brother, I told you, he's one of the
Yeah.
Chantilly, and he does the government contracting. No, I got my younger brother. He used to have a store in Clarendon, framing and dry cleaning. But his lease ran out, so he had to move out. 5 guys took it over in that corner. There used to be a TD bank.
Hmm.
So he's looking for another place to open up. All my family is basically involved in framing.
Okay.
Yeah. My third brother, he owns a shop at 17th in Pennsylvania.
Hmm.
between 17 and 18.
Oh, so he's got his own shop.
Yeah, it's a small shop, which, because his father used to be here, I have to do the framing for him, so that's what Mom says. So we do his framing here, because he has such a tiny, small shop over there. But he's doing really well. He does a lot of frame for the White House.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But he does it here.
He does, we do it here. We do it here.
Does that mean you get to claim that you do framing for the White House?
No, but we do a lot for the White House,
Oh,
anyways. Yeah, they just did that war room. If you heard about it, they revitalized the whole war room situation.
Oh, I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, that was last year. So they finally furnished it, and we did all the framing. So.
Is that like, what do you, I mean, I don't know what you can talk about, but like, what do they frame there? Is it pictures
All
or?
kinds of historic photos.
Okay.
Yeah, historic. They were missing one of the ladies, first ladies, I forgot her name, that we just recently framed for them. So most of the pictures in the White House are historic.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is
Yeah.
past and nothing present. But mostly everything is historic. Like I said, we frame for National Archives. I'll show you.
Is he bringing it over? Yeah. Oh, wow.
We frame this, and they sell it at their retail stores.
Oh, okay. So they resell these.
They
Yeah.
resell it at their stores, yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so we do a lot for them there. We are the only frame shops in metro area that if you have an idea of what you want, you bring it, we make it for you.
Yeah. You figure it out.
Yeah, we have framed
Well, tell us about some of the craziest things you framed.
a family turtle shell that we framed.
How do you do that?
It was crazy. It was a nice plexi box we did for them.
Oh, I see. Underneath the box.
Yeah. Cut up ties, napkins, signatures on the napkins.
Wow.
A lot of swords, guns. We framed almost everything. It's just, like I said, if you have something that you want to do, you come up with an idea and we make it for you.
Well,
Yeah,
while we're,
it's not-
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish
Yeah.
that.
No, it's just,
I was just gonna ask why we're talking about some of those cool stories. Like, what are some of your favorite memories of your shop?
mine was when Clinton left the White House, we framed. They gave away a certificate of leaving. They call it something. Joe, be right with you, sir. And we made it, but the neat thing about it was we took it to the White House to give it to them. So they let us do that. That was crazy.
Wow, that is cool.
Yeah.
So you actually got to meet him and
Yeah,
go,
we
wow.
gave that was really weird and nice. And we do, you can see, we do all kinds of stuff. Just since 2016, we've been picked by the Arlington magazine as a Arlington County. We just got the new one just came last year.
That would be good.
We got there.
Oh, I see the baseball gloves you put in a box too. That's
Oh,
pretty
we
cool.
do crazy things. Sneakers. We're the Capitals. We do everything
What
for
was
Capitals.
you mean
Oh, wow.
And this is the full team for this year that we make 50 of these, and each player gets one.
Very cool.
So
It's not bad, you know.
every
You don't
year,
get tired. It's something.
if they make it playoffs, that's better for us. Because we frame a lot of
Even you know,
shit.
like if you put orange or something, since there is a little in one, the emphasis will be on the mat or on the
We are
frame.
the frame
It
shop.
won't look good. It don't look good.
Spirits,
I think this is a very good. It's
wizards.
settled.
How do you make those contacts? Like, what is that?
They come to us,
to
believe it or
you.
not. They really,
Why do you think they come to you? Why do
word
people
of
seek you
mouth.
out?
Word of
Word of
mouth. It's really we rely. We have zero advertising dollars. We don't advertise at all.
Oh wow.
We used to when I first opened up. I did Valpak, coupons, and all that.
Yeah.
Let me get your hand.
Haven't advertised in a long time.
Are you working with? So I mean, you've been here for some time now. Do you see the same customers for generations now, or?
Yeah, the kids grow up, they come now. It's funny. We had that one the other week, last week. She says, we used to come here as a baby. Now look, I got my own babies. I'm coming here. It's fun.
And what do you think? Why do you think these families are coming back too? What brings them here?
You know, Arlington is an old town, and once they're used to this thing, my neighbor Rafino's, I hate their Italian. The sauce is horrible. But a lot of
We can
people
cut that
go
out.
there because they ate as a child and they're used to that sauce, and they still go there.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think, word of mouth and reliability is the most important thing in this business. Believe it or not, sometimes I ask the workers, is this really, they have to have it, you know? It's like, I have to have it. And certain hour or certain day that they have to have it. And, you know, we accommodate every rush or whatever you need. Washington Golf, we redid the whole space in Washington Golf here.
Wow.
And, but most of my commercial clients are government.
Yeah.
Defense departments. We do all kinds of government. Right now, my brother's in Pentagon. They want to redo a whole way that the general is there today to meet him.
You get to meet
they
some
come up
interesting
with
people.
the craziest idea. The most interesting thing I did was when they first did the Space Force, when the Space Force came out. They took the Space Force flag to the space station for 6 months or so, and then they brought it back. We framed it. It's right outside Space Force. Yeah, it's right after. It's big. Oh my God, it's like almost 8 feet by 8 feet. It's
Wow.
big.
That's a big framing job.
Most galleries cannot frame large stuff. We're known to frame large stuff. Department of Interior, we framed for almost 15 years for the Indian Affairs. They have such a beautiful art. Oh my God, yeah. And the quilts are big. We had to frame it there because it won't fit in the elevator. So,
Oh, that's huge. Holy
yeah.
cow.
We had to put it together.
How does that even work? Do you have to reinforce the frame, or what is the?
And now we throw everything together and we just fix it over there.
I see.
Fix everything, yeah. And we framed the Monet that the customer didn't want us to take it out of the home, so we had to
Yeah.
go to the home and frame it there. Yeah.
That's understandable why they would want
Yeah,
to go
no,
home.
it was, so it's nice. It's a beautiful business because you get to see other people's stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, they bring their personal stuff. It's crazy. And then about 13 or 12 years ago, we added the Photoshop here. And it's been really a nice mix for us. We do DVD to digitize
yeah.
DVDs. He's been doing 30 years. George has been, he does a lot of, if you bring your old photos, you can really fix it up nicely for you. Yeah, we get albums of pictures that he digitizes. And it was a good mix, especially since we do the post office that we print, and and stamp, but it's done mostly in the other store now. But prints about 50 to 200 a day, depending on which stamp. When the Star Wars stamps came out, we were doing 500 to 1,000 pieces a day.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Shipping out all over.
Those Star Wars nerds there.
Now
They're
we got
serious.
Betty Ford just came out. When it first comes out, you always get 100,
Yeah.
50. But when it dies down slowly, it's about 50 a day. So
Oh.
that's nothing, 50 a day. Like,
So earlier we talked about, you said the malls were, let's talk a little bit about some of the struggles you had. You said the malls closing, was it, what kind of struggles did you face over the?
First of all, malls are long leases, and then you have to open 7 days a week, so you need 2 workers constantly a day. And for a small business to survive at that time, it was really tough to have 2 workers. That the malls, the traffic in the malls were not there.
Oh,
And it just, we struggled to put up workers, and I decided to close the whole. And one day, it was right after Christmas, we sent trucks to each location and just moved out.
do you remember what year that was?
I don't.
Oh.
I wish I did.
As malls were starting to close?
You know,
Yeah.
I decided to forget about that.
That's fine. So then what would you consider successes then? What's your greatest success as a business?
To stay in one location in Arlington for 34
Yeah.
years is not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I didn't own, I own this building, so if I didn't own it, my rent would be crazy.
Yeah.
Especially it's a big space and corner of the highway, Glebe Road, you know, it's just.
That's a corner spot,
it's
yeah.
Arlington County wanted to make it historical site, but I said no. That would have killed the value. So
Get you a tax break though. So what you just talked about, you've been in one place for
34 years.
34 years?
Yeah.
What's changed in 34 years? What have you seen change?
A lot. Prices have skyrocketed
Yeah.
on everything. Our end, and then we have to pass it along. But quality has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we didn't have museum glass or UV protected glass. If you go see some old pictures somewhere that's hanging, it's been framed for a long time, it's yellowed up now.
Yeah.
It's because there was no conservation framing available. Now there's all kinds of conservation available. And it's expensive, it's not cheap, but you pay for what you get, you know, that's,
Yeah.
yeah, but the best thing is we do everything here, nothing leaves here. In this 34 years, maybe we misplaced 1 pieces or 2 pieces. And our work is here. This store is guaranteed. As long as we're here, if something goes wrong, you bring it back, we fix it. There's no charge for that.
Good to hear.
And we probably got 5 in this 30 years.
Yeah.
It's just- the quality is very important. And that's why I said we rarely get new workers. Because the workers know exactly what to do here. And you don't have to tell them. They come in the morning, they
Yeah.
on their shift, and then they go home. And everybody knows what to do. It's
How many workers do you have here? You mentioned it.
total 11.
11. Most of them have been here for a
7,
while.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. One was born here. Now she's 20. She goes to college. Her mom worked there when she was a baby. She didn't have babies, so she used to sleep over there. And now she's a good worker. I don't want her here all the time, but she works 3 days a week. We have a teacher, Rosie. She only works on Saturdays. Her job is to organize. She comes, organizes the frames where things belong, and then we have customers that don't pick up for months, and then she
calls
she's in
them all.
charge of
Yeah.
get them going. Yeah.
We were talking about changes that you've seen in the business. What have you seen? What changes have you seen in the neighborhood?
In the neighborhood, in this area, not much, because once you stick here, you stick here. The worst change I've seen lately is massage places. Every block there's a massage place. I
Yeah.
don't know how many massage parlors can a neighborhood handle. I think we have like 7 or 10 in this 3
Yeah.
blocks radius. It's like,
As a
but
client,
that's their business. I suppose.
has there been any change in the clientele as you've seen through the year, or is it the same? Yeah.
No, clientele has been, it's really good. Arlington, they don't argue about prices. People in Arlington, they're savvy people, they're educated government or business people. They know what's the cost of doing business is. We have customers, they just come, drop it off and leave. But since they know us, we don't raise prices or we don't play with our price is set price. And that's how it goes.
You were saying not much has changed, but if somebody was watching this from elsewhere, how would you describe Arlington? How would you describe this area?
Oh, this Arlington is a beautiful area. I don't know what to say. I love Arlington, but I don't live here. I couldn't afford a home back then in Arlington.
Oh, so you don't live in Arlington? Yeah.
So I live in Lorton. My home would be $5 million here.
Oh, wow.
So when they start building first on 123, there used to be a DC jail there. When they got rid of that, they started building homes, and that was 24 years ago. And I liked the area, so my parents used to live in Woodbridge, so it was close by. And it was convenient and good price at that time. So,
Yeah. So what was if you're living down there, what was the reason for starting the business here? Why did you start
the
it?
location.
Just that
Just
came
the
available?
location,
Yeah.
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 Arlington became our hub once we opened that small shop. We had 5 workers we couldn't fit in the back room. They had to have them come to the front table to frame because it was busy.
Oh, yeah.
We started a poster frame for $39.95 with the metal frames, which now is $89. But there used to be 27 galleries in Arlington. Now there's only 5 or 4. In Buck, now it's a Mediterranean place. He was there for a long time. He hated me for selling so cheap. But what he didn't realize, I made more money on that $39 than I would make on a $200 framing.
Yeah.
And he hated that. He says, "Why you frame for $39?" I got a supplier that he still laughs about that. He says, "Everybody hated you."
Well, you're still here, so.
Yeah, thank God. You know, we had a couple of buyers. They wanted to come buy the building, and not interested. This building is going to go to the grandchildren. So. Hopefully.
Since you're bringing that up,
Yeah.
what are you've seen, like I'm sure you've heard and seen that there's plans for Arlington or for Langston
It
Boulevard.
is, yes. We are actually, what was it? They wanted us to talk to a developer.
Hey, how are you? Good morning. Good morning.
How's it going?
You want to take a break?
Joe's coming.
Okay.
How you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
All right. Let's see. Yeah, give me a second.
Hey, good, good.
I got it. Yeah, he only comes here once in a while, and he has Freddie. He brings beer. So.
Wow. How did he start coming here?
When he was young, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's not like he knew
No,
about
he
this
said he
place.
went to several places in Delaware. He didn't trust the frame shop there, especially with this golf piece that we did for him. Not too many people can do that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks, I mean, looking at that, what you just did there,
Yeah,
and some of this is an art in itself. What you
It
guys are
really
doing.
is. Framing is an art it makes the art.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah, framing. I love framing.
Okay, we were just ended on there's changes going on in the city plan or the
Yes,
county plans.
We know a couple of developers now. My son is handling that. They want to do the county approved for 7 floors here.
7 floors, wow.
7 floors, yeah. Retail and then. So I talked to. There's 5 different owners here.
Yeah, it makes it difficult.
Makes it very
Yeah.
difficult. The dry cleaners aboard, I am, and then Bill's Hardware, and I'm the only one saying no. It's because if I can find a shop on the sides here close by that I can transfer my business, because I worked so hard to establish this, and then
Yeah,
if I have to close down for 3-4 years,
while they're developing
well,
that.
it's
Yeah,
gonna go.
yeah,
And they said they might have to pay for that. I said, it's not the money, it's not about money. It's not
yeah.
to lose clientele. They just come here for fun. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what they do with all the pieces, but people just come in. It's a ritual, I guess.
We were just talking about how we were while we're here. We're thinking about, oh, I need to get that framed. We're thinking about what we need to get framed.
But yeah, I am into. But my son is saying, let's do it. We'll move somewhere else.
Oh, so the plan would be like to open, if this does get redeveloped, you would move to a
I
different
would
location.
move in somewhere very close.
Yeah. Okay.
That, I too much love in this place. It's just,
Yeah. It's a great building too.
to get rid of it, it's just it's not gonna. But we'll see. Time will tell.
Would that kind of, when you get big developments like that, is that going to help or hurt your business, do you think?
Well, of course it's going to hurt. I'm not going to be here for 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And, but to reestablish it, I don't know. It'll be just like starting all over again, because in 4 years people will forget about you.
Yeah. What did you, talking about some of the other struggles you've had, what happened during COVID-19 for you? What was that
Oh,
like
we were
to get
more
through?
busy than
Really?
normal. Yeah,
That's
we had
crazy.
tapes and gloves and everything. We only allowed 2-3 customers at a time, but we got hammered with work.
Really? Everybody's at
People
home and
were
finding
home
their stuff. Huh?
cleaning their
Yeah.
garage, they're finding things, or under their bed, they're finding things. It was incredible that it was hammered. It was crazy. But the thing is, we're essential business for the
You were
government.
considered essential.
So they gave us a letter that we can't close, and so we had to post a letter. It would have been nice to close for a week or 2, but no, we were not allowed to close, and we did what we had to do, but we just lived through it, thank God.
That's
It was
great to hear that you guys were that
Yeah.
busy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm just wondered, But then I realized people have nothing to do. They're finding things.
They're finding things. Yeah, that's exactly
Let's
right.
do this there, do that there.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
So let's talk about, just give us some of the lessons you've learned about running this business in this community over the years.
To run a business, you have to love it. And loyalty to customers is the key. And if you make one customer happy, you're going to get 5 customers. I believe that.
Yeah.
And people that run retail, if they can't treat customers right, they're never going to succeed.
Yeah.
It's any business. But especially, like I said, we handle people's precious things here, and you have to be precise. You have to know what you're doing. Otherwise, it's just dealing with personal property of people is hard. It's hard, yeah.
Yeah.
But 5 years ago, we had small fire started in the back room, the water heater.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Everybody run in and he's trying to shut it off. We called the fire department. And I was more concerned about people's things than I was
The
about
building.
the fire of the building. I was like, take the stuff away, take the stuff away. And it's hard. This is people's personal property. It's to deal with their personal property. It's hard. But it's a great business. It really is. It's a home essential. Whose house do you go that doesn't have a frame?
Yeah, that's true.
Any home you go to, everybody has a couple of pictures hanging. Either you buy it from Walmart or you buy it from us. It's just you have something. It's a wall essential, I guess.
Yeah, I think we've heard that consistently for the interviews with every legacy business we've talked to so far. It's always been about the relationship with the customer, I would
It
say.
really
So
is,
I think
yeah.
that's why businesses stay around so long, right?
I used to know customers by name. Now I don't. Getting old, and then I outgrew my memory.
You outgrew it.
That's funny. It's it used to be really, but now customers call before they come. Is Jimmy there or Sal or my brother? They call and find out if we're here. Then they come.
They know who you guys are right now.
Yeah. They recognize us by name. And like I said, just remembering customers' names got really hard.
Yeah.
There's so many of them now.
You probably still remember their stuff, though, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's. Why would you say, in your opinion, why would you say long-lasting businesses like yours are important to this community? Why do we need businesses like yours in this community?
The quality of work we do,
Yeah.
the service we provide. Not too many galleries will be able to provide the service that you get,
Mm-hmm.
and we really go out of our way to making sure that things are done right. If you bring a picture that's worth $1, if you bring a picture that's worth thousands of dollars, we treat it the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Quality control is the key, and keeping customers happy. That's all you need.
Yeah.
In any business, if the customer's happy, they don't care about price or you give them something. Sometimes I get worried that when we framed 30 years ago, how we framed it, it was conservation framing wasn't available.
Yeah.
And no one has come back and said
They've got it in a good spot then. It's not in the sun.
Just as long as they don't put it directly against the sun, you'll be good.
So let's talk about, you mentioned your son is involved with the business.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see the business going over the next 10 years or 20 years even?
Same way.
Same way, not changing at all.
No,
Yeah.
You don't need to change.
Yeah.
I told them just keep it the way it is, and that's all you need. Happy customers is happy customers.
Yeah.
Just and my son is pretty. He grew up here, so he knows all the customers.
Yeah.
And, he went to Italy, became an Italian chef. He studied Northern Italian food. Now he works for me after spending all that money.
But you
he
probably get
cooks
some pretty
for
good
us.
food
He
out of it.
cooks for us sometimes, yeah.
So is the plan for him he's going to take over the place? Is that what your ideas are? Or? No, he's not, huh?
I don't trust him one person. My daughter's going to business school right now in Richmond, and she gave me a hint of possibility of managing. You see, it's not just art we deal with here. There's all kinds of aspects that need a little business sense.
Yeah.
A lot of paperwork. I hate paperwork.
Yeah.
It's so much paperwork. But my daughter's hinting that she might manage the business aspects of this. Okay. But my son's, of course, is going to run it because he has nothing else to do.
So it sounds like family future then.
Yeah,
like the
it's
family's
gonna
going to be
be-
involved in it.
I
Okay.
hope so, yeah.
Okay. That's good to hear. Well, I think that's all we had. Did you guys have any questions? Thank you
Great.
very much.
Thank
Anything you
you.
wanted to add to it, or any other?
No, I would like to get a copy of it whenever
Yeah,
you can.
absolutely. We'll get a copy of the pictures. We'll get a copy of this.
That'd be great.
We'll also show you this. We'll get this together and then show you the transcript. Anything you want to take out of it, or anything you want to, edit.